outside. Yo, sit back, relax, get your contact, sip your cognac, and let's go once and money through the laundromat. Touch mine and I react like a Rottweiler.
YouTube is the new home of NFL Sunday Ticket. Watch all your favorite NFL teams' out-of-market Sunday afternoon games all season long, exclusively on YouTube and YouTube TV. Sign up now. Terms and embargoes apply.
All right, Marv, you're racking up, huh? All right, so we're in Apple calls right now. Let's go. Apple calls. That's a full breakout of the descending broadening wedge on the 4 hour, so we're looking real good. Apple's going straight up. This is a good see new all-time highs in my opinion. What a rug pull on the bear side of the market. All right. What do we got? SPY's pushing. Fully expecting to go to 439. I'm still holding calls. Not really concerned with all this chop. It's still been holding my pattern. So I'm really not concerned with the downside move. I do expect this thing to move up. Tesla's looking a little weak, but Apple's pushing. SPY SPY has a good chance at 440. Holy crap. It's good money. Go, what's happening, man? Welcome back to the stream, my friend. Yeah, that's the feeling they want to invoke, man. That's the game they play. They play doubt, misdirection. You know, they do what they do. So that's what the whole point of understanding what we're looking at is. You know, just get better and better at the trade. You know, when I say at the trade, at the skill, the art of this whole thing, because that's really what it's all about. Once you get this all said and done, you actually have it under your belt. You can't really pull the wool over your eyes, but you got to know how to trade. You can't just, this is a war. All right, so right now we're sitting in an Apple 182.5 calls right now. Apple's on a mission. Apple had a full breakout of a descending broadening wedge, and this thing is ready to roll. So I got my calls here set up for next week, as well as some weeklies. You break out this pattern, you're going up. There's no way you don't go up with a pattern break like this. 182.5, 182, 183, but $183 is on the way. Right now, options are sitting up pretty nicely, so cannot complain. This is a full-fledged breakout with a technical retest. So I can actually probably fix this this breakout line here. And this would be a technical just about here. Am I touching all lines? Breakdown, retest, shoot right up. This thing is gonna run, and this is gonna pull the market right up with it. So I can't see how anybody could be bearish on the market right now. You know, AMC is a different breed. You know, we can't count AMC with the regular market. I mean, you can, but in reality, you're probably just shooting yourself in the foot and setting yourself up for failure, because AMC is kind of the antithesis of what the market is doing. So if we look at this play, I expect it to come down. They do it right before earnings. Earnings is tomorrow after market. So, you know, what are you gonna do? We should expect a influx of volume. So what they do, they try to squash it down as much as they can, just to prepare for that influx of volume that's coming up. But technically speaking, we did get a triple top on AMC at that 1140 range. So, you know, they use that as an excuse to drop it out this rising wedge. And now we kind of have this breakdown, technically speaking. However, I just want to see it, make sure it holds 1047. So we might get one more push going into earnings, probably hitting $12, which now with this breakdown looks like the more likely scenario. Top it off here, and then they're probably just going to fall back down to possibly get this lower low. Hate to see that, but that's what it's looked like it's gearing up to do right at this point with this breakdown from this morning. That was a huge breakdown. We were down almost 5% at one point. Now we're down only, 3.74. So, yeah, this is that's what we're dealing with right now at AMC. So, definitely for anyone else playing weeklies, I know they're hurting right now. I did pick up a few yesterday. Trimmed out a lot, so I'm not really concerned with those calls on AMC. But I still have my $12 calls. I was hoping for those to make some money, but they did early on, obviously. But the longer you hold into earnings, the more they play the shenanigans. So what you going to do? the Apple looks great. I mean, it didn't for a long time, but it does now. Hey, Jason, what's happening, my friend? Welcome back to the stream, bro. We out here just, trying to make a little money off this Apple play. If you're not in, I hope you might want to jump in or consider it, not financial advice. But right now, we have a full-fledged breakout on Apple if you're playing options. Full-fledged breakout of the descending broadening wedge. Next target, 182.67. So right now, I just hopped into calls on Apple. I'm in 182.5 calls on the weekly quick scalps, but I'm holding on to 182.5 calls for next week, so the 17th of November. 182.5 calls, so it's a great spot to consider getting in. Not financial advice, be careful. However, this is a breakout, and I believe that that Apple is going to pull the market up with it. This particular pattern, and Apple being one of the most heavily weighted stocks within the S&P 500, should pull SPY up with it. I'm also sitting in 439 calls on the SPY. 439 calls on the SPY. J100K, what's happening, man? Yeah, you missed a little bit of a dump on AMC. Hopefully, if you've been watching, you might have caught that. But right now, just talking about this Apple play. Apple's looking really good, in my opinion. Had this nice breakout of a descending broadening wedge. I'm looking for 182.67 to be the 182.67 to be the next target to hit, and that should be coming within the next couple of days easily, which should pull the market up. And then from there, we're talking about a nice entry opportunity here in order to get some calls to make money on the 17th expiration day. So November 17th expiration day is what we're looking for. It's that old school ditty. Well, Jimmy Page, but I don't know how far back anybody else goes, but Jimmy Page is a sample. They took this for Come For Me. But this is the setup I'm looking for. I'm going to remove a couple other things. Let's hide the drawings to clean it up a little bit. But this is the setup here. Target we're watching 181.46, the next target on the 400 moving average on the 4 hour. So you got to give yourself a little time if you're going to hop into this play. You can't expect it to all happen in one shot. However, it's coming. Facing a little bit of headwind up here. It's a shorter time frame. I got SPY for this Friday, actually. Jason, I'm on 439 calls. I would suggest going a little closer to the money, like say 436, 437. I'm in Friday, 11:10 expiration dates for 439. But if you want to be safer, I'd say stick closer to the money. I'm expecting this thing to probably hit 437 possibly today, but we got a sideways day going on with the whole election day stuff and all of that. Yeah, obviously, this is a political situation happening right now because of that. So, I still expect a nice move up once we break this pattern, which is a descending broadening wedge. If you include after hours in the 15-minute time frame, that should break, or if it has actually probably already broke now. But once you break through, yeah, I'm looking for this target 2 to hit. Target 2 sitting at 439.97. But you got to get past all of this first. You can see this is where sellers are waiting. We're about to possibly get a breakout. I'll be looking for 436.33 to be the next real target of acceleration. You break that, 437 is what I'm looking for next. But be careful here. Give yourself a little time for the contracts to play out. You know, don't go too short dated because this is going to take a little bit of time to play. Just want to see the SPY hold here and start making its way towards 436.33. Never is it? Never is. It never is any fun. Well, the old saying is, ain't no fun losing money either, so be careful with it. Yeah, man. Let's see, yeah. So AMC recovering a little bit, bouncing off of that 1047 level nicely. Got some long wicks actually occurring here on a 2-hour time frame. Looks like it wants to push back up. So I would actually, already in $11 calls on AMC. So this would be a good spot to potentially move this thing back up to go hit $11. We could see 1094 in just a little bit. But you know how you like to play with AMC. I'm waiting for a break above here to possibly DCA on these a little bit. If we get a break, okay, we got the break. All right, so I'm probably going to grab a couple of more calls. I need a closing candle for confirmation, though. I'll probably grab a couple of more just to kind of scalp. Not looking to hold these. I'm not looking to hold AMC calls throughout earnings, but I do expect a major dump on earnings or after earnings, day after. So I don't expect a move up just yet. Before a reaccumulation style move, possibly a quick one before we run up again, if that's the move. But we got to see if we can't get past 12.35, $12.11. Yeah, we got an issue. That's the area I'm looking for, 12.11. So here goes SPY trying to break through this wall here. You can see that red wall kind of holding it back. Let's see, hit just about 436. Yeah, totally agree. That's the move. They're playing on the emotions right now, so I'm expecting it to come down a little bit. We did get that move obviously today, but after earnings is really going to probably come down. If we don't get some major news that potentially pushes it up and pushes it back for a second time push, I'd be concerned, possibly for a lower low. But we got to be paying attention to what's happening on that call. You know, if you're gonna play some calls during the playing the earnings call, and I'd say be very careful on that, because we've seen it happen in the past. There's only one time where we actually ran after earnings, which was on August 22nd, I believe, which was right after the August 22nd of last year. Goodness gracious. All right, so August 27th last year, we had that run. Then the reverse split was actually spoken about, or when it was offered. And we had that run where it was a fake out downside move early in the morning, and it rocketed right back up. So that would be news generated. It's not something that we need to depend on. You know, it depends on what he says and the reaction to it from the market. So it's a toss-up. I wouldn't play. Yeah, I've been burnt by AMC because of that in the past, so I just don't want anybody to have to go through that. But if I made my money on the way up here from $7, absolutely, we caught the exact bottom. So, you know, be careful, hedge properly, and all that good stuff. You know, it's 1070 back on AMC. SPY is holding that that level. This is the level I want to continue to see hold. It's been just nothing but sideways chop pretty much the last 2 days. Yesterday was the most boring day I've had in the market for a long time. So, yeah, but right now we just need this downtrend to break, which has been created. It's kind of happening. You see sell orders are waiting here to try to push it back down, but as long as 435.41 continues to hold, I'm more inclined to see this start to chip at some of these orders to the upside. possibly a retest a second time. And you start eating these orders and eventually break 436, 33 to probably head towards 437. But this particular pattern is a descending broadening wedge. We've talked about this one before in a couple different examples. So let me go and remove. Actually, this is good. Let me turn these off for a second. All right, you got this here with a midline, which has been respected a couple different times. You got a shot down. It was respected. Let me actually color this a couple different colors because I usually like to differentiate it by looking at it in these particular colors. So we'll do just for quick recognition. That's yellow. There goes the push. It's actually breaking out now. So there goes SPY pulling up out of this thing. I expect 436, 33. Sometimes you got too many indicators. It can be a hindrance, so be careful. But here's the move happening. Just need to stay above this number, 435, 41 for this to continue to be bullish. Apple, I'm not really concerned. I'm expecting 182.5 to come up very soon. And that should carry the market right out of this thing. So it's hard to be bearish for me. I know my guy, Marv, in the group, he's still bearish. He's still scalping to the downside, which is good. You know, if you can scalp it, go ahead. And the move's already made, so I don't need to really do this. All right, there's the move. If you in those SPY calls, you should be making money right now. J100K, Jason, if you guys are in, you should be starting to print. I'm looking for 436.33 to start going. A lot of wicks coming back down, so there's still some sell pressure up here, obviously. Nothing to really, in my opinion, to really be concerned with yet. Just sell pressure. A lot of people still in disbelief that we're up here. It happened so quickly. What are you going to do? It's the market. I'm not going to include the wicks on this. Stay here with it. So you got a breakout, you got a retest, and it's going to push. Don't expect it. I don't expect it not to. Let's see. AMC still at 1063. Tesla still taking that nosedive. Short-term bounce. Yeah, for us to go to 225 on Tesla, that was a pretty drastic push. Also, everything's drastically pushed. Tesla ran a little bit prematurely. Nvidia, forget about it. That was just insane. I caught that one. But Nvidia is also a full-fledged breakout as well. I caught Nvidia from 408 and ran this thing all the way up. No, definitely, Jason. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for stopping in as usual, man. Yeah, it's a busy day. It's one of those days. I know a lot of schools are out, obviously, with election day and all that good stuff. So, you know, I do, just not now. As far as those downside gaps, just not yet. It's a little too soon. Once we get to 440, I'm getting crash vibes again. Believe it or not, I'm getting crash vibes again. So I felt crash last time. We rolled this thing all the way down from 438 last time, all the way down to 409. Made a bunch of money on the downside play. But I'm expecting, see, NVIDIA's breaking out. You can't have NVIDIA doing this and Apple breaking out like that and expecting the SPY to dump. It won't happen. So as far as the downside gaps are concerned, at 440, I'll start talking about the downside gaps, which I do think are going to get filled. And when they do get filled, the market's going to come down quick. I mean, like, quick. Just as quick as it came up, it's going to come back down that way. And it's going to look scary. So we'll see. But the calls are still a play, in my opinion, right now, as the market is consolidated in this area. And we're looking to go up. So to answer your question, 440 first, then gap fills. I'll buy puts and just hold them for like a month out. After 440 though, 439, 440, probably start adding to the position. Yeah, but if you're taking a little trip or whatever the case is, I'm actually doing a little travel a little later on today, halfway as well. Kids out of school, so I'm gonna do something fun with them. And yeah, that's how we're gonna do it. So take it easy out there if you're making the road trip and whatnot, or just doing your thing, All right, here comes 436. How are my calls looking right now? I just need to go ahead and check my positions. My corner, my layer, while we out here. Sing the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take the bed to stand. All right. How we looking? Apple calls up 11.3%. SPY calls still red because I got these yesterday during all that chop, so I'm 11% red at the moment. So here goes the move to the upside. There's the breakout. That's just the way it is. Pretty much. A lot of them are just kind of catching up, but also the big ones, man. And it's the big ones that carry the market. So, it just takes a little while. But it is playing out. Yeah, but that pattern right here, boy. This is my pattern. The descending broadening wedge. 436.33. If 436.33 breaks, look out for 436.74, and I'm looking ultimately to hit 437.14, most likely by today. So we're looking like on the oscillators.
YouTube Music is a music app made by YouTube. And it's your ticket to discover every subgenre that's ever existed. Like some Dominican dembo you didn't know was poppin'. Get YouTube Music Premium. Try 1 month free.
Boom, 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 boom. Yo, Apple looks amazing. Oh. Hey, hey, hey. Nice and easy, nice and easy. Nice and easy money today, man. I can't do this stress stuff. It's election day right now. Nice and easy money. It's election day, you know what I'm saying? Like kids is home. Can't. I'm gonna say I had no stress on my head, yo. It's election day in these streets. Need a little peace, you know? Olympic flames so sweet. The thrill of victory, the agony, defeat. We rush low, flaming deluxe slow. It's war, degradate coming. Conda, it's war. Blow spending bombs. Golden arms. Mortal Kombat sounds. The blood stained the ground. Vigilante tantrums, a death wish, catwalk squeeze, another anthem, holding for ransom, tranquilize with anesthesias, my orchestra, graceful music ballerinas. Alright, here we goes AMC is basically making the move back up. It's broke the 21 EMA, reaccumulation style move, going ahead and breaking the, heading toward the 30 moving average, and then trying to hit the smooth moving average here on a 5-minute time frame, which is good. Apple, forget about it, is out of here. Going to 182.5. SPY getting carried right with it. This thing is going straight up. Hey. Beautiful breakout. This was, I just can't see how you can be bearish. I mean, I get it. I get it. You know, I wanted to be bearish too for a little bit, and I was for a long time. However, you can't have Nvidia and Apple like doing this and think the SPY is gonna go down for long. It just can't. It's just not possible. Nvidia's breakout is just insane to me. All right, here comes 181 on Apple smooth. How much we up right now on Apple? Like, I'm not looking at a lot of charts. Just gonna play with the money where the money's at. That's it. Taking it easy. Just enjoy a little music. Just cruise to a 4-figure day. Why not? Let's see. Here goes 181 on Apple. I spy as I gotta check out Google in a little while. I'm gonna see how they doing. See what Google's up to out in these streets, man. All right, 437 coming on Spy. Yes, it is. 437. All right, 437 on the way. Hey Jason, if you're still in here, I just want to make sure, it's double checking if you were able to grab some of these spy calls, man. And they're trying to hold AMC back. They don't want AMC up there. Actually, that looks pretty familiar. Let's see here. Let me take a look at AMC for a quick second. Every time we get this move, they just punish the stock. All right. This is one time that happened here. Touch at 11:30. Wham. Shot back down. Wham. Shot back down. This is the third shot down on AMC from the $11 mark. We got that move. Let's go to the 1 hour. $11. Wham. Shot back down. $11. Wham. Shot back. Like $11 is a very vicious location. But 11:30 specifically. Let's see here. Regulating stealing. We're damn good too.
You can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean. Earn your keep.
It was a I look at QQQ in a little while. I'm gonna go QQQ real fast. Major ZOR over there. Yo, QQQ looks stupid. It's like going straight up. It looks crazy. Let's see here. It was 437 on SPY. Did Apple break 181 yet? Not yet. Nvidia with the most nastiest, ridiculous move in history. Everybody's waiting for that head and shoulders to play out, but it just wound up making a complete U-turn and going right to 440. Matter of fact, 460. Insane. Insane. And the funny thing is, I actually had 450 calls that was scheduled for today, for the 10th. And I didn't hold them because I thought we reached the top at 450. 451, and it just kept going. The most disgusting setup in history, man. I'm still baffled by that one. I mean, everybody was watching that head and shoulders, man. And just like went the other way. So now I no longer look at it as a head and shoulders. Obviously, you can't. I just look at this thing as look at this U-turn. Nope. So now I just look at this thing as a full bull pennant. Just a bull pennant. I have to. I mean, that's the only thing I can do with a breakout of the bull pennant, which means all-time highs are probably on the way, which is crazy to say. I mean, but Nvidia moves so fast that it can probably hit all-time highs pretty quick. $50 for Nvidia is like nothing. That's like $2 for average stock. So that's mile high. Let's look at Nvidia. Insane, man. I'm still baffled by this one. Wow. The lose. It's just me against the world, baby. Yep. It's basically following the pattern. Let's see what else we got here. How's Tesla looking? Tesla's still taking a drop. Leave Tesla alone for a little bit. Let's take a look and see how Google's doing. Google's shooting straight up. Amazon, I believe, was making moves this morning as well. Whew. This is we get against the world, baby. Ooh. You tell me they're gonna try and dump this thing again? Alright, so we're gonna AMC, man. All these guys are something else. What can I say? These guys are classic. They're gonna try and drop this thing down to 130, 1030. They're gonna shoot for it, and they might get it. Need 1047 to hold on AMC. Let's see how you doing over here. SPY is still working on this particular pattern. I want 437.14 to roll out. There we go. It's 437. Oh man, Army Nation. I never been taken out. I keep MCs looking out. Nothing make go crazy. In the G building, taking all types of medicine. Now you thought you were better than. I keep playing, it's in orbit. And more. Rhyme good as a tasty cake. Get. Nah, you don't want to get all the MCs trying to break my flow down. And watch me get low down. You, hey, man, when you stepped up to. It's the push. It's the push. We're still pushing. Video, yo. I can't believe it, video, yo. Yeah, Yeah, man. Jason, I was telling you, man. I told you that pattern does not fail, brother. That pattern does not fail. There it is right there. We drew it, right? I think you were on earlier when we drew this one out. There is it. There it is. I mean, that's how that go. That's how that goes, man. I'm in spot 439 calls. I was red early this morning. These are now green, up 22%. Apple calls up 20%. So it's free money out here, man. Taking it easy, and Nvidia is breaking out again. Unbelievable, man. Just Nvidia is just insane, though. Insane. I'm still mad at Nvidia, man, because I had 410. I had 450 calls when we were at 408. I got out at 451, and those are 500 semi-percent, 600%. Those things right now would be like 3,000% right now. It'd be ridiculous. And I still had time on the contracts as well. Because their expiration was for the 10th, which is on Friday, which is more time. Goodness gracious, that's the most insane run I've ever seen. Well, not the most insane run, but just the wickedness of Nvidia, man. Look at this. Yeah. Not trying to be all of that, but you know, just call it for what it is, man. I mean, I'm just riding these right now, but there's a lot of other plays right now. Nvidia, I'm looking at Nvidia 480 calls possibility, and as crazy as that sound, it'll be a quick one if you want to try to get in and out. It's a possibility. That was a full-fledged breakout. This thing is not done. Crazy as it sounds. Nah, it's all good, man. It's all good, bro. Money's money at the end of the day. It all adds up. You know, take care of the fam, take care of the people around you, take care of business. You know, whether it's $1 or it's $100, whatever. All right, let's see here. Yeah, Nvidia. Oh boy, I got to at least review. I gotta at least get back in. Nvidia is just so high up, but this is a breakout. This is a confirmed breakout on Nvidia, man. How's AMC looking? This is a confirmed breakout. The Head and Shoulders. Oh my gosh. Apple is still looking good for 182.5 calls too. I mean, it's a little late. It could be up already, but it's still a little bit more meat on the bone in my opinion on Apple. 182.5 for next week. Here we go. 181.08. It's pushing. There's Apple. It might be too late now. Hey, Dr. Gabrielle, welcome back. Yeah, AMC is under some duress right now. You know, they pushed it down just to prepare for the run up that's expected tomorrow, going into earnings, which is aftermarket on the day on what's tomorrow, Wednesday. So, I'm expecting a push. Yeah, it's worth it, man. Likewise, same here. So, as far as that's concerned, Jason. So yeah, definitely worth just penciling some time. I do the same thing. I take care of the stuff in the afternoon, but have some time to trade. You know, it's definitely worth it at the end of the day. But Dr. Gabrielle, as far as this whole thing is concerned on AMC, this is a reaccumulation move. I'm expecting AMC to get its final push, probably going into tomorrow. Well, I want to say final push. It depends on what the news is. They're gonna try and base it off of news. But this next push would be a larger 1 hour, probably a tweezer bottom, which should get us to push through this area here eventually, get back above 1094, start making our move back up, kind of riding this into tomorrow, this underside. If we break back in, I'd be looking to get to $12.11 before potentially coming back down. Now, that's the way they have it timed. I would like to see, based on whatever news or good news comes out, I would like to see 12.11 break. This is just what we're seeing at the moment. I know it's a lot of things on the screen here. Let me try and take a few things off here and just use lines. What I would like to ultimately see is 12.11 break through, us get to at least 13.25. But it would all happen in one day, which is crazy to do it from this side, but this portion of this downtrend. We did break the upside move or the upside trend, which is, not great. Now we're playing against the grain rather than going with the flow, like I would like this to have done. But we have to watch it level by level at this point, because I'm expecting at this point that they may want to try to reverse this thing the day after earnings. So earnings will come in. We'll get the information on earnings on after hours tomorrow, and then let's start tanking this thing probably 5, 6, 7, 10% in one day. Now, depending on the news, depending on how it's received by the market, it could potentially do a U-turn and run right back upwards and then start to squeeze. However, we gotta kind of have to watch it, because right now it looks bearish, to be honest with you. Like the play is pretty much over. We get one more push and that's about it. But we gotta wait and see. So give it a little time here. We'll see how things go tomorrow. Earnings is gonna be an exciting day. Let's make the best of it. Let's make the best of it. I would love to see this thing really start to push, but there's still news. I did understand that there was another sit down with the Actors Guild. So there is some information on that hopefully might come out today or tomorrow. If that happens and it's lined up with AMC earnings like we talked about last week, this thing could just turn around and go right up. That's probably what's going to be the catalyst. This is what I'm kind of expecting to happen, because the time frame is just too perfect for all of these things to kind of occur at the same time. Mind you, we are even though we did break down this little uptrend, we are still within this larger ascending wedge. So it's almost like a fake outside wedge. If you look at these blue lines I have marked here, this is the parameters that we're dealing with right now. We did get a slight breakdown, but that does not mean we can't go right back up to the top of the wedge, which could put us around $20, which is what I would like to see if we could break this $13 area. But that's going to take a lot of volume. That's going to take shorts closing. That's going to take some kind of a catalyst, like some kind of news situation or just fantastic earnings all around. So that's what we're looking at right now. Keep my eyes deadlocked on this thing. I think we can get the move. Worst case scenario, we try again in the next couple of months. We waited this long. Let's see what happens next. All right, here goes Apple running 181.2. SPY is still holding above the 800 EMA. It's trying to hold. It's my mark here. I went at the 137.14. It is slightly getting rejected. As long as it could come down here, I'm actually going to trim a couple contracts to keep some profit before they try to take it all from me. These the weeklies I'm going to cut. My Apple weekly calls are up 50%. My weekly SPY, which are, I'm going to trim a couple contracts, up 20%. So I'm going to take a little bit of profit off of those. The Apple call, I'm going to trim on Apple. 50% up right now. I'm going to take a few contracts off the table. Okay. AMD is another one. Looks fantastic. AMD is just a little is very volatile. Another one that's very volatile because it moves so much volume in a day. You know, it's like Nvidia. You know, the chip sector is a ridiculous sector to be involved in. But let me see. Maybe I had this pegged wrong. Maybe this is it. That doesn't look right either. Let's see if I go here. This looks like a breakout as well. Tops on tops. 1, 2, 3. It's a breakout. 115 possible. 115 definitely up there. Sure thing. You're welcome. You're welcome. Anytime. Always appreciate you stopping by, Dr. Gabriel. Let's see here. Yeah, I would really like to see this fake out happen. This would be the monster. Oh man, that'd be great. Just 1, 2, fake out like it's gonna go down to back to $11 and then just run right up to 17, 18 bucks. That'd be beautiful. But that move would happen after earnings. If it's going to happen, it may not happen on earnings. It's going to happen after earnings. It's going to be based upon what he says on earnings. The only time that's ever happened, if anybody's interested in the AMC play, that's happened one time, which is, again, I was talking about it a little bit earlier, but I think I changed the topics. That was back here on AMC. This was when Ape was first announced as the, we've been watching this damn stock for so long. That happened here. This was the earnings that took place in, actually I need to go to a smaller time frame just so we can see it better. That took place on August of 2022. So let me go back. It's way back here. So that's the August 2022 squeeze when Ape was first announced. We got this wicked move down after earnings. If we're repeating this particular move, that would be awesome. It doesn't look like much when you look at it from here, but this is the move we're talking about. I mean, the numbers say $99 and all that crazy stuff now. I mean, but in reality, it was roughly around 27 bucks. We went from 9 bucks or so to about 15 or 16. Came all the way back to like 12, and then we rocketed up the next day. The following after. This was the earnings drop right here. We got earnings news. We went from, in this case it says 106, but if I remember correctly, like I mentioned, we dropped from about 16 bucks, 15 bucks, 16 bucks, all the way back to 12, and turned around the next morning and just rocketed right up off of the news that there was going to be a reverse split. So if we see something like this where everything drops and then we get a bounce, I'm expecting the bounce to be around $11.23 would be the area. If we get above and break above it toward the $12 range, I would like to see 11.23 hold. Very important for 11.23 to hold for a potential move like this based upon the news that either comes from the earnings report or what's happening with the Actors Guild strike that's going on currently. So that's the move. This would be the move I'd be looking to see. Let's just go ahead and mark this whole path out so there's no confusion. If this happens, this would be so nice. up, fades off on earnings, drops on earnings. The next morning, you get this move right back up. That's the kind of move. It's almost like a fake out move, almost an end style pattern move. So keep a lookout for that. We'll see what this plays out on AMC. That's what I'm watching for. Man, Apple is running. All right. But be careful if you got calls. Make sure you're taking profit if you're up. If you're down, be careful. Don't be careful holding in through earnings. So I do believe they're going to drop this thing, just the way they've done in the past, because they know a lot of folks are looking to play options and look to take the red pill towards riches. So be careful. Bear me 1 second, guys. All right, back. Let's turn the camera back on. Put me back over here. Hey. Alright, we back over here. Alright, cool. So Jason, to answer your question, as far as what days to trade, I pretty much trade. I don't really have a rule behind what days are the best ones. Really comes down to just the technical analysis, man. I mean, just really understanding what levels to look at, volume analysis, as well as a couple different things, a couple different indicators, which I'll be putting out in a couple videos going out that I use typically to make my decisions on trades. Just and also as pattern recognition, understanding what patterns play which ways, and so on. So a couple different ones to do, pretty easy to use. I mean, it's the more you simplify it, the better. But I like to at least be aware of a lot of different things. Yes, you can, you don't need to use a million indicators, but it's good to be aware. Nothing wrong with being aware. But as far as days, to answer your question, as far as days are concerned, which days, I pretty much trade every day of the week. Monday through Friday, I'm on, and that's risk management from there. All right, just understanding about how risk can play against you. Things can play against you sometimes, and being able to position yourself in order to take the loss, walk and smile with it, come back the next time and probably knock it out of the park. But it's risk management, right? You want to play opportunities that'll give you at least a 3-to-1 to 4-to-1 risk reward ratio. All right, so if you're gonna put up $1, hopefully you can make back $4. All right, if you're gonna put up $1, make back $3 to $4 on your money. That's the concept. So keep that mindset, but also keep your losses as small as you possibly can. You keep your losses small, and you keep your wins big, and then by design, you stay profitable. So that's pretty much how I'd answer that part of the equation, man. but definitely worth mathing it into your week, at least an hour to hour and a half per day if you can, because it develops, it gets better, it gets easier, you make more money, and then you start seeing other opportunities that you didn't see before. So, Stevie Steve, what's happening, man? I am. However, as far as it running to about 50, 60 at the end of the year, I am. I'm hoping for it. I just really want to see what happens with earnings. We were just talking about it a minute ago as far as the move that I'm expecting, I'm hoping to see, which is this style setup where they dump AMC into earnings. This right here, this is the layout that took place last 2022 earnings, August of 2022. This is the move I'm looking to see, where you get this run up, run down. AMC always dumps on earnings. It's very, very rare that you get a run up on it. You get it on the day of, but the day after or after earnings call, it always drops down. You get this move, and then the morning following, or the second day later, we get a move that's almost a parabolic style move to the upside, which would hopefully break us past $13.23 to get us toward that $20 mark. Very, very short time frame after that. However, it's all going to come down to two things. It's going to come down to news about how earnings actually did, and then the writers or the actors strike completion, which is gearing up to all happen around the same time to justify a run up if it's going to happen. Now, based on what I'm seeing right now with the more recent price action that we got as of today, it does appear bearish, but that's what always seems to happen when a run up is about to happen. You get this downside move, and then you get a run up. So it's anybody's guess right now, but I'm hoping that we get the move. And based on what I'm seeing, if it's going to play out this way, it's going to play out this way. What you're seeing here. If it does not, if we cannot break $12.12, $12.13, it's going to come back down. So we'll see. Yeah, Jason. Fridays can be pretty volatile. I don't tip if I do trade on Fridays. I will tend to do. I'll do zero DTs if I'm feeling a little frosty that day. But I will normally schedule my calls or my puts or whatever for the following week. I try not to do zero DTs as much anymore because I'm at a point where I don't necessarily need to do it unless I really just kind of want to have fun with it. However, safety-wise, you don't necessarily need to do zero DTEs, but you do want to still play for the long-term time frames, but take your profits as you're making your money. So Fridays are volatile, Mondays are volatile, but you just got to understand what levels you're looking at and then have some TA in place. Follow your levels. One tactic that I use here, as you can see right in front of you, just says one situation. You can see you can actually see that I use liquidity, all right, and order blocks, which is basically sell orders, buy orders. Opportunities to make money are all in this range here. It's not really that hard. You use a 15-minute time frame, not necessarily the 5. Use the 15-minute time frame, and then all opportunity is going to be in between here. If you lose these order blocks, the sell orders are pretty much accomplished. That means the price is generally going to fall towards where orders are waiting to be filled for buyers, which are the green areas, and vice versa. You just continue to play puts and calls based upon where you are in the schematic. This is just one tactic, which I'll make a video about and post up on the website on YouTube in a little while. That's to explain just this strategy. Very simple strategy. There are other different things you can do to kind of confirm, but the basic idea is if you were to buy calls or puts longer dated, they may be more expensive. However, if you're playing it the right way, you can basically use that to just hedge your risk as far as the time is concerned. Play the opposite move as much as you possibly can. Set stop losses and so on. So there are different tactics you can use. But yeah, it just depends on what you're comfortable with and understanding your plan to protect capital and just go about your investments, man. Stevie Steve, no problem. Anytime. Always appreciate you stopping by, my friend. And make sure you charge that battery too while you're at it.
Your favorite primetime channels
See you next time.
are on YouTube. Catch the latest movies with Paramount Plus, Stars, AMC Plus, and more. Find your favorite movies and TV here on YouTube.
Yeah, that's actually why I got the 439 calls. You confuse things. Come on, Man, they really busted the AMC down, huh? Yeah. Well, we'll see you tomorrow. Minus 429 after hitting 443. I should have sold. Nah, I'm only kidding. I should have sold all my shares. Let's come back and buy at $5. I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. Yeah, AMC wants to come down 10:30. All right, I got about 10 more minutes on here. Kiddies are home from school because of the election day setup, and most likely for the rest of the week as well. So we're taking them out for a little bit of a family trip, just to chill. So I'm gonna be heading out, taking a drive out to the Poconos for a little while, just hang out, spend some of this Nvidia money. That's what happens when you got kids, right? It's money ain't yours anyway. So, sponsored by Nvidia calls from last week, Tesla too. But yeah, so I'm gonna head out in about 10 minutes or so. Right at about 11:30, just to get prepared for the run, for the move out. I don't know, dude. This thing look like it does, like it does still want to go to. I don't know, man. This thing might want to go to 440 for real. That'd be stupid insane. Was telling me to, yeah. Yeah, I'm still seeing 440.25. I'm about to get some Nvidia 500 calls right now, man. That's it. It's just too much. It's just I can't do it, yo. Can't do it. Can't sit here and watch Nvidia just continue to moon over here and I'm not part of it. Can't do it. It's just not possible. I don't know if you is that what FOMO is all about? I just can't do it. It just won't let me. Myself won't let myself not get Nvidia 500 calls right now. Boy, what date? 17th? Shucks. Yeah, I think I'm buying some. Nvidia. Nvidia. Yeah, I'm getting $500 call. This is a very risky, and if anybody's even considering it. So $500 calls for Nvidia. I just got in 163 per contract. So they are, for $500 calls, not as way underpriced. Well, not underpriced, but they're way cheaper than obviously going close to the money. You got to play the swing. It's a directional play. I don't expect $500 to hit. I expect 480 to hit. So be careful. Don't try to hold the 500, but you're probably not going to get it, and you will get wrecked on your calls. So I expect a potential push to 480. I'm just trying to take another look here. Yeah, boy. These calls are for next week. So I'm looking for this for next week. Not this week. 10, 11, 17 calls. Girl. Yo, Nvidia is ridiculous. Come on, Nvidia. You are a monster. Unbelievable. Yeah, I'm looking at 480 potentially. Let's take a look at volume. Yeah, high probability. It's hot. It has been hot though. It's been hot for the longest already, and it just still keeps going. I don't know. 476.
Attention business owners. If you're a business owner, you can get free access to this book, 77 Ways.
Oh my God, yeah. Nvidia, yo. Oh my goodness, yo. There's no way, we. Oh no. All right. Anyways, if anybody's still watching the stream, I appreciate you guys being with me once again. Going over these plays. Hopefully, you made a little money with me today. We made some money on SPY. Made some money on these Apple calls, SPY calls, Apple calls, Nvidia. I just hopped into $500 calls for next week, 11/17. I expect SPY to go ahead and touch 439 in just a little bit. If not today, then tomorrow. Possibly 440 before potentially coming back down to zone of reversal, which I believe is also going to be carried. AMD, Nvidia, as well as Apple are going to be carried up and carry the market along with them. So do keep a lookout on those. Let's see here. But I do appreciate you guys once again for joining me on the stream. Hopefully we worked it out. Let's see what we wind up doing on. I'm probably gonna trim a couple more contracts. I got to get going. Let's see here. Apple calls sitting at 70% profit. SPY sitting at 26%. All right, I'm going to go and trim these. All right. So if you're here, hit the like button, subscribe. I appreciate you guys once again, as always. Thank you for participating today in the stream. Catch you guys next time. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon as well as the rest of the week. If you take any kind of vacations, you're chilling, whatever the case is there. We'll catch you guys possibly not tomorrow, but the day after. All right, I'll be out for the night due to a little vacation, but I'll be back the following day on the morning stream to make money as we do usually. All right, appreciate you guys. Take care. Peace.